Hey folks, it's Ardwulf. Welcome. We're going to do a quick video. You might notice that the usual shelf accoutrements that are usually behind me when I make these videos are not there. That is because I am moving. There is way more to that than I'm prepared to go into over the course of the video. However, what I thought I would do is the subject. I saw another video on this, I think by George Slotis, whose channel I will link in the video description down below. It is worth your time. He's done some very interesting stuff. He did a video on desert island games, meaning if you were stranded on a desert island, what games would you take? So while I am not envisioning an answer to that specific question, because I'm moving, it occurred to me that there are games that I will want to have on hand immediately after I am in the new place. So I thought I would talk about those. They're all from GMT. I'll give you a fair warning. In part, that's logistical, though. There are other things that I might otherwise have picked, like a Great Campaigns of the American Civil War game. However, I have my markers for those games outside the game boxes, so it's kind of a multi-piece thing that I would have to put together. But I have a box of 5 games here. That is like the hand carry, immediately need this stuff. And there's 5 games in that box, and other miscellaneous knickknacks as well. So let's talk about those. Nothing, by the way, helps to emphasize the virtues of having a small number of games and focusing on those and playing those a lot, quite like moving does. I think I'm going to land with something like 45 boxes of games. That's not all war games. Probably half of that is RPGs and miscellaneous like supplies and stuff. But it's a lot, and it's a lot to move. RPG books are generally speaking the worst thing to move because they are books, and books are heavy, and they tend to fill the available box more or less solid with book material. So the heaviest boxes are pretty much all RPG books. But here's what I'm taking with me. It's all relatively small footprint stuff because I don't have I will have a table to set stuff up on, but it's not a big table. It's enough to fit one map, and that's it. So I wanted a coin game, and I landed on Harold Buchanan's Liberty or Death. This is my favorite coin game. However, since I made that determination, I have additionally picked up Fire in the Lake and Gandhi, neither of which I have played yet. So of the 4 I think that I've played, I like Liberty or Death the best. The others are Pendragon, Falling Sky, and A Distant Plain. I hope to do video on this at some point. A side effect of me moving is that this probably will be the last video you see out of me for a couple of weeks, I would think. Another thing I picked up is Death Valley Battles for the Shenandoah, also from GMT. This is the latest in the Great Campaigns of the American Civil War series. I picked this one specifically because a good chunk of the battles are quite small. They are either one map or half map battles. There's also some rules iterations to this volume in the series that I want to explore, having just recently played 3 Days of Gettysburg. Do check out the unboxing video for Death Valley if you want to hear more about that. The table that I'm going to buy, the table that I will have on moving day, will not fit this game, Holland 44. This is Mark Simonich game. It's a fabulous game. This is about a map and a third or so. It's not quite a map and a half. The table I have by about an inch fits one map. So this is a little big, but the table that I plan to get will actually accommodate it. Another thing, and this is probably a foolish choice because it's a 2-map game and you can't really play it on one map. There's no one-map scenario. U.S. Civil War. This is another Mark Simonich game. This is a game I like a lot. I picked this instead of Victory Games Civil War, which I just picked up. There's a video touching on that from Buckeye Game Fest as well, because this is punched and ready to go. I may get this set up somehow and fool with it. I actually do have a place to set up a 2-map game. It's just that it will be the kitchen counter. So, and the other one is the 1-map Empire of the Sun from GMT and Mark Herman. This is the fancy schmancy new version, which I think I had punched, clipped, and organized before leaving for the day at Buckeye Game Fest. Now, it's not an enormously piece-heavy game. There's like, I think it's there's like a counter sheet and a half or something like that. Yeah. So it was not an enormous task to punch and clip it, but it's a fabulous game. It's one that's been on my mind a lot. I'd like to do more Pacific War stuff, which is why I picked up Pacific War. So that's kind of what I will have immediately available on moving day, but the couple of days surrounding moving day are going to be consumed with building furniture, basically. The furniture's pretty much coming from IKEA, which, if you've never bought anything from IKEA, almost everything you pretty much have to put together. So I will have help with that. People are coming down to help. So that's all good. Where I'm moving to will be closer to work. I'll do a video once I'm in and things are settled and it doesn't look like a total disaster. It's going to be a, one might say, gaming palace. There's a lot of things I will need, furniture-wise. I need a TV, for example. Not sure why, because I don't really watch TV. But I do watch stuff on Netflix and Amazon Prime and that kind of thing. So I will need a TV for that. Need some kind of surround music thing that I'll be able to play music through. All that's, it's all organized at this point. I just got to actually push the button and do it. Actual moving starts tomorrow. That's Thursday. It's Wednesday night when I'm recording this. I'm actually taking a break. I think I have... this is pretty much all the war games that are left, is what's on the shelf behind me. And there's a couple more down at the bottom. But there's also trays with pieces in and blocks for commands and colors, and I got to figure out some place to put those. I've got at least 2 boxes of just miscellaneous wargaming stuff, like trays and that kind of thing. Something else I'll show off, I guess, since I haven't talked about it, and I was going to do a video at one point about the construction of this thing, and then it sat around for a couple of years, a quarter built. Well, because I knew I was moving, I wanted to get this done first. This is a dice tower. It is made out of hobby plywood, and it is enormous. I kind of struggled with, should I stain it, should I paint it, but because I built it out with hand tools and not really the right hand tools at that, I decided to paint it instead so it wouldn't show the edges of the plywood. So had I had like actual power tools like a table saw and stuff, I could have done beveled edges and hidden all that stuff. But it turned out pretty good. I found a very good sort of U.S. Army green from Joann Fabrics that cost like $1. It's varnished. It all nests together. I didn't set it up so that you can store dice in it, which is possibly an unfortunate choice, but that's okay. The tray is lined with felt, so we got kind of a British khaki and U.S. Army thing, and I maybe I'll put some kind of insignia on it at some point. So just wanted to ramble a little bit since, like I said, this will be probably the last video I actually get to make for at least a week. We'll see what happens. But I hope to do like a here's the new place video too, which will not have gaming in it per se, but it might be of interest because I hope to have stuff on shelves I have to build, by the way, at some point in the next week or so. And of course I'm not taking this entire time off from work either, so I'm going back to work on Monday. Tomorrow's truck loading day. Friday is truck unloading day. So I'm going to just upload the video right away and see where it goes. And thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon, before too long.